27th, 2015.
I thought it was the 28th all day.
I did too. And in fact, I looked at my watch. This is so funny. I looked at my watch and I'm like, oh, for some reason, my watch is a day behind, and I was gonna forward it, and I just got lazy, and then I realized, it's right, and I'm wrong.
It really is the 27th.
Yeah.
Fuck, I am way off. That's what happens when you go on vacation.
Yeah, you were on vacation. You vacationed for 420.
Yes, vacation for 420. Many people asked, especially when we got out to California. We went and did or participated in the Secret Cup for the first day, because that's why when we said we were going to Oakland, you're like,
yeah, I did make a face.
Right. Why would you leave Las Vegas and drive to Oakland?
Not that I don't love the Bay Area. I do. I do.
But really, Oakland? 10 hours away? The ocean's so much closer.
Can we move closer together?
Let's see here. Got like that. Okay, there we go.
Thank you. You okay?
Well, I just had to think of where I was at.
Oakland.
Secret Cup. Turns out the Secret Cup was it was warm out there.
Ooh, I did something bad to your computer.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Wrong button.
Sorry.
And excuse me, I haven't even smoked yet. Oh my gosh. So we went to the Secret Cup, and it was not surprisingly not busy.
What do you mean? Wait. Why is that not? Why is that? I would think that the Secret Cup would have been busy. And it's not a secret. It's not a secret, by the way.
It's not a secret.
Not
but
secret.
Well, it started out as a secret, and then that's where it, But after the first one, whatever. But it was surprisingly not busy, or not surprisingly not busy, because even those people. I wore my Colorado shirt, and so even the guys behind the some of the booths were like, "You're here from Colorado?
Yeah.
I go, why aren't you in Denver for the Cup?" And it's like,
because it's boring.
because every fucking buddy else is there.
Right.
So no, I'm good, and I've done every Cup, and I don't need to do any of that shit so much right now this year. So
I do want to talk about some winners, just because that's always interesting.
right.
We won't talk about losers because losers aren't interesting.
No, and nobody talks about losers. But we sat on the beach at 420 and smoked some delicious Colorado cigars. We each had one. Just the little $15 ones each, but still, it's a marijuana cigarette rolled in a marijuana leaf for a paper.
Yes, a cigar.
So it is lovely. So for all of you that don't know what that is, now you do. Congratulations. So we enjoyed those on the beach. It was very satisfying.
Tell me about the Secret Cup.
Oh yeah, that's where we were at. Secret Cup.
Secret Cup.
It was a fantastic location. It was like a biker bar. It was out in the middle of nowhere, but they got to use the biker bar backyard.
Oh, cool.
You could say. And they had all these huge, like, weeping willow trees. So there's beautiful amounts of shade. The sun was out. It was fantastic. It was hot as hell in the sun. But in the shade, it was perfect. The trees were perfect. That was my favorite location for any Secret Cup so far, was that one.
So what were the entries?
Did
you try anything?
We tried a few. So that was where it was kind of a bonus. So you could go to each of the different booths, and if they were set up, they would dab you out, whatever.
Yeah.
So we walked up to some booths. Some were like, "Hey, come over here, take a dab, try it." And it's like, okay, well, that did is, they're all right. And then you walk over to the next booth, and you're like, okay. And they're just talking to each other. They've got everything set up on the counter, so you know that they're giving out free dabs.
Yeah.
And they just totally ignored us. So it's like, okay, fuck you guys then. So we carried on, went to the next booth, and however that worked. So we got to try some not. If they were busy or they, a lot of people are just strange and they just kind of ignore you. It's like, do I need to wear a $100 bill around my neck for you to look at me? Is that how this game works now? Because I've been making hash just as long as you fuckers, if not longer.
Right.
So,
Interesting.
Like that whole ego, whatever thing's gotta.
So how many days was the Secret Cup? Because you guys were only there for
one, right? It was Sunday and Monday. But we just went Sunday, and with it being a little more lax than what a normal Secret Cup is. A normal Secret Cup is like a zoo. We stayed for a couple hours and decided we're just going to go dip out. We told Dan, said, hey, we're going to take off. Then we did. We drove from there to Monterey Bay.
Nice.
But
you guys did a lot of driving.
A lot.
1,400 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, Boone.
Which is really crazy because we came all the way out from Colorado. So who would have thought you'd go from Colorado to Vegas and then drive 1,400 miles.
Right.
But
That's awesome.
we cruised a lot of beaches and a lot of those kind of fun things. And I'll tell you what, smoking a joint or a cigar on the beach on 420 was my favorite 420 to date.
Nice.
I've done lots of cool shit. I mean, amazing things. I've smoked with amazing people, done amazing, crazy things, things that people in other states only dream about or have never dreamt about.
Yeah.
But that we do, but it was so nice. Oh, it was everything I ever wanted it to be. It was peaceful. It was quiet. I mean, granted, there were a couple. We thought we found a pretty good, not super private, not like, oh, let's get naked private, but you know, just somewhere where we could smoke and we don't have to worry about people calling anything. And so it was just south of Whale Seal Beach or whatever.
Elephant Seal Beach.
Elephant Seal Beach. I was like, Whale Seal, that doesn't sound right.
Sensian.
And so it sounds weird until you see it, and then it's real weird.
Yeah.
So there were like 2 stretches of beaches that had these seals parked like school buses. And I mean, they were like 3-4 deep in on the beach. And they were perfectly lined up, like lined up next to each other. Like
as if they were told to get in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
As if they were forced, carried, set there, placed, as if they were dead. This was like a SEAL concentration camp, something scary and crazy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I mean, it looked that way. And we only found out later that it wasn't, but that's because we smoked our thing. We had some other people. They were looking. We went for a little walk. And it turns out that we were probably 20 feet from a seal. It was laying on the beach right next to it, but it looked like a log. So we walked, we come back, and she's like, there's a... And I look, and I'm like, holy shit! And it looks dead, and it's like, oh, and you get real sad, you know, and you walk up to it, and it's like, oh, dude, this is terrible, because it's way out of the water. It's just laying there in the sun, looks like it was beached. And it stuck its head up, looked at me, did that thing with its paws, and it was like, oh, you're just so fucking cute! Had these huge black eyes to where it was just, and they look all squishy and wet, and you're like, oh.
And then he bit you.
No, you can't. You're not supposed to touch them
you're
because if they have any of your scent on them, they get rejected by the herd.
That's not true.
That's what the ocean lady out there
So people
said.
say about baby birds too, and that's not true either.
I still don't want to touch one.
Don't touch them because you shouldn't touch them, but not because.
But he was laying there and he looked like you could go up and pet him. Like, oh, he's a good seal. But so they were calling to yeah. She's like, but you could pet me. Okay, who's a good boy?
So Ronell, welcome. By the way, what did you do for 420?
I had my kid all day. I didn't really get to do too much. I wanted to go down to the thing, to the festival, but I had my kid, and that's just not
fun.
No.
As a parent, that's bad parenting. If I would have went to that, and then I wanted to do the cannabis cup, but then Sunday I had my kid again, so I was kind of just stuck on the parent role. But I did smoke me a couple joints.
Did you in your head say "Happy 420" to me?
I was late. I think it was like 6 o'clock when I was like, "Oh snap! I need to get my 420 on." And but I'd been getting my 420 on periodically.
The whole day was 420, so it didn't matter the time per se.
That's right.
So you recovered. You did good.
No, true. I mean, like there's just as getting high. There's 2 420s a day. And getting high on 420 both times is like getting high for 3 420s. It's so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
This particular year, I didn't get to do that. I did smoke the first 420, the early morning one, because I got insomnia problems. But the second one, the one that got all smoky.
Yes.
I didn't
do that one.
I didn't make
Gabe,
it.
what did you do on 420?
Worked.
Oh, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Gabe worked, eh?
Yes, much appreciated.
Now, what kind of fucking place would make you work on such an amazing holiday?
Who is your boss?
Who's in charge where you work?
I got off.
Your
at
boss needs a drop
4:20.
kicking.
They need a talking to or something.
You got off at 420? So you
4:20.
418. I let him off at 418.
should let him off at 4
Hurry up, Gabe.
That's a nice boss.
Hurry
right there.
so you can get like 2 rips in before it's the 420 rip. You know what I'm saying?
But on the other hand, where do you work? At a marijuana place?
Yes.
oh, these people.
Colorado problems. Oh my god! I almost was late for 420 because I was at my 420 job.
Ay, Dios míos.
So when we come back from the break, I want to talk. We're not taking a break, right? Like, don't get too worried, Gabe. But I want to talk a little bit about the winners of the High Time Cannabis Cup. But I also want to talk about. We talked about this the week prior to 420, that the Marijuana Enforcement Division sent out a memo to all licensed businesses and essentially said, we're going to make sure that you, this time, follow the rules. We've never asked you to follow the rules before, but now we're going to ask you to follow the rules, which means don't give out any free stuff. You can't take product to the Cannabis Cup and give it away, nor can your employees buy it and take it to the Cannabis Cup and give it away. That's not okay.
So why isn't that okay? Because
the intent was still that the business was giving it away. I mean, that was really still the intent.
Well,
So, I mean, if they gave it away at their booth, that would be a big problem. If they gave it away, if some employee gave it away later on and said, hey, this is from MJ America or whatever.
well, that's different. But
What about a drug dealer just gave it away?
But if you purchase that, if it's a legal purchase, like I legally purchased this, have a receipt. Yes, I'm giving it away from my booth. I mean, I understand. I know that it's
Because
all
it's a slippery
technicality.
slope. It looks like the business is giving it away. But what happened at the Cannabis Cup? Do you think that meant that there was no weed at the Cannabis Cup?
Oh no, because it was still a bring your own.
You could bring your own, but places from out of state, California places, came and guess what? They gave stuff away all day long. They brought product. People brought edibles.
But how legally could they have done that? Not to legally give it away, but how
They were
do
illegally doing it.
Californians have marijuana in Colorado
That they
to
brought-
give away
that they brought from
that they
California.
brought from California?
Well-
Because isn't that interstate?
Right. I mean, you're bringing
transportation?
yeah. I mean, that's illegal. That whole thing is illegal. But that was up to the police officers at the border, I guess.
Although I did just say that we smoked Colorado cigars on the beach.
I didn't hear that at all. But what was interesting is that the Cannabis Cup was at the Merchandise Mart in Denver, which is actually in the county of Adams County.
It's unincorporated Adams County.
Unincorporated Adams County. Denver address, but unincorporated Adams County. So guess what the Adams County Sheriff said about people from California giving away weed at the Cannabis Cup?
Did they
Adams
hit
County
him with
Sheriff's-
That's cool. Hey,
Did they
that's
hit him with
cool.
the Mills Lane?
No, I'll allow it.
Really?
Yes.
Adams County sheriffs are some of the hardest
They
in
said
the state.
they said there's nothing illegal about that. Well, the illegal part was them bringing it from California, which they weren't. The
They,
Adams
they
County
can't. They can't fight that.
The Adams County
No.
Sheriff didn't see that part.
Yeah.
They just saw these people just giving away weed, and guess what? We're in Colorado. I'll allow that.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I guess.
I guess. Hey, did you see the?
It's hard to get mad if hearing a cop said, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Give away all the weed you want." Like,
Did you
Right.
see the tweet from the Denver Police Department on 420? They used the Chameleonaire right and dirty like thing. They said, "We see you rolling. We're not hating." It was.
That's awesome.
It was funny. It was their tweet that the Denver Police.
I don't know why I don't follow DPD on Twitter. I'm going to do that right now.
you know, if they would just stop fucking us stoners over, it would change so much.
Right.
I
They're
mean,
not hating.
like,
We're going to take a break. We'll come back and we're going to talk about the Cannabis Cup winners. No losers.
No.
No.
We'll be right back.
The law offices of Letson, Maiden, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Dispensary owners and growers. In today's world, it helps to be insured. So call Cufflo, Collimer & Company, where we provide medical marijuana insurance for dispensaries and growers. Are you looking for insurance that protects you against property theft? Then give Cufflo, Collimer & Company a call, where we include product liability and professional liability, as well as crop insurance for growers. Remember, find us at mdispensaryinsurance.com or give us a call at 877-335-1234.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On Grass. Runongrass.com.
Catch a case for Mondays? iCannabis Radio has you covered. Happy Mondays with Georgia and Jeremy is back now.
And we're back.
Hi.
But we're not we're not currently live. So
That's okay.
sorry.
When people are listening to it, it'll be
You'll
live for them.
Yeah, exactly. You're alive.
You're alive.
And you're hearing this.
Okay, so 420. I feel like we've been doing the same 420 things over and over and over again. It's not really that exciting.
That's why it was so exciting this year to be elsewhere.
Yeah.
I've never been in another state that I can honestly remember for 420. So this was my first 420 elsewhere, and it was everything I wanted it to be.
Good.
It was peaceful. It was quiet. There was the ocean.
At work, it was cool because we saw like so many different countries, and
I bet you guys saw all kinds of stuff, especially with your guys' location.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
some people didn't even speak English. I heard they could just point at the bud they wanted and stuff, and seeing the excitement on everybody's face, like it used to be for us, like the first couple years. That
Right.
was cool to see.
That is fun.
That would be neat. Like, that would be really neat.
Well, for the past couple of years, High Times has done a Cannabis Cup here in Denver. And coincidentally, it's right around 420. This year it was the Saturday, Sunday, and 420 Monday. So you want to hear some winners, some flower winners?
Yes.
So indica. Oh, wait, that's not right. These are. Okay. Best U.S. sativa flower. Ghost Train Haze number 13.
Yeah, for a rare day night.
Yup.
So there's USA and then there's Colorado, right?
And was
Which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but we're just going to talk about the Colorado ones, actually.
Is it world or national?
I
Or
think
is it
it-
medical. Okay. Get out.
I think it's everybody who's not Colorado.
Are they still doing medical and rec?
No.
They're not doing any medical anymore?
Nope. Okay, so here are the Colorado indica flowers. Louis the 13th from Green Man Cannabis. Colorado Bubba from MMJ America. Blackfire from Doc's Apothecary. And let's see what else we have for Colorado. Hybrid Flower, Kong from All Grains. Second place was Star Killer from Green Man Cannabis. Third place was OGKB Cookies from MJ America. Let's see. And they have pictures of these, which is kind of fun.
You know, can you tell, if any of our listeners can tell, if you hear a repeating pattern of the companies that bought their way into the cup, it'll make itself real clear real quick.
That's right. Let's see. Sativa Concentrate, Strawberry Lemonade, Live Resin from Crockett Family Farms. I don't know where that is. All these Crockett Family Farms. Let's see. Best Hybrid Concentrate, B Mega from Wellness, B Mega Wellness OG, Crown OG Crumble, and third place is Skywalker OG Kush.
I love Skywalker. That is so tasty.
Best non-solvent hash, Cookies and Cream, Cuban Tech Dry Sift.
Exotic genetics. Genetics.
Yep, isn't that cute how they spell it with an X? When in doubt, if you want to be cool, add a Z or an X to your
X.
name.
Just look at all legal drugs. Like, they all, like their full name, all have an X or a Z in it.
Because it's so cool. It
Like
makes it so
ecstasy.
Wow, that's just cool shit right there.
Oh, because it's MDMA.
That's not one of the legal drugs.
Oh, yeah, true.
Way to follow along there, buddy.
Okay, best edible.
Xanax.
First place. Now, this makes no sense to me. Bubba Kush Root Beer 100 milligram Keef Cola Signature. Now that's a medical product. Because I'm pretty darn certain that their rec products are just 10 milligrams.
It has to be 10 milligrams, but this is a cola, though, right? This is a drink.
It's the Bubba Kush Root Beer.
So I think they can do it with the drink as long as they label each serving.
But the top has to be resealable, child resistant and resealable top.
Oh.
Which, according to this nice little picture, it looks like any other soda bottle top.
Just
Number
pop
2,
it and get high.
the Affogato bar from The Incredibles. Have you guys eaten that before? Little vanilla latte bar. And then the third place is the Orange Creamsicle Cream Pop from Sacred Sweets and Trichome Heavy Extractions in a collaboration with DNA.
Who's
Derek,
DNA?
Derek posted this when they won that. Yeah, and he said the awful gato, so it's like the awful cat. It's like, so anytime I hear that, I remember when what's his name was talking about making this bar all that time ago. But
Did I have that?
Best topical.
sure,
The pipe.
Best topical.
Like I really
Which
wasn't passing it for a reason. Like,
Oh shit!
it's at your own risk. I'm just not feeling good, so like I wasn't passing it for a reason.
I disagree with this, but these are medical products too. I don't know. I'm going to skip through this. This is so annoying. Best CBD flower. Let's do this. Tora Bora, MMJ America.
Finally, except who the fuck's MMJ America? Where the hell is Natural Mystic Caregivers?
What's CDB?
CBD.
CBD.
Cannabidiol, the
Seriously?
cannabinoid in marijuana.
No, I thought it was like an acronym for some
It
type
is.
of weed type deal.
It's cannabidiol.
Cannabidiol. It's a
cannabinoid.
It's a cannabinoid, like THC is a cannabinoid. All right, number 2 for best CBD is Sleeping Giant from Elemental Seeds.
See, I haven't heard of that one.
Me either. And there was only. Oh, I missed second place. The Nubia by Aficionado Freeborn Selections.
I haven't heard of that one either. I'm surprised Charlotte's Web or ACDC or whatever is not in there. 'Cause those are the big ones that everyone's always sharing amongst each other.
Right. Best CBD edible. First place, 160 milligram banana pudding bar. Shum Melt bars in collaboration with Fox Extracts. Number 2, Rocky's CBD enriched premium protein bar. TC Labs, TC Treats. And then there's tinctures. Best product, Moxie Mix from Bader Extracts. Best glass art, Obert Vader Extracts. Best vaporizer, the 710 King Pen. People's Choice Flowers, first place Cindy White, the Green Solution. Second place Grizz Kush from Native Roots. Third place Bubba Kush, the Clinic. People's Choice Concentrates, first place Sour Diesel Shatter, the Green Solution. Second place Kosher Kush Live Resin. Butter, the Clinic. And then third place Orange Hawana Shatter from Native Roots.
Cindy White's good.
Is it?
I've smoked some of that.
See, like,
What?
I don't even know. I don't want to say anything personal.
You don't have to say anything personal. You can just have an opinion.
Make it general.
It's nice to see companies that I know that we taught win stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. That's a nice way of saying it. Yeah, thank you guys. That was much
We
better.
taught.
Well, or places that we worked out of that didn't do what we were doing, and as soon as we left, started the exact same company that we did, exact same tech, exact same everything. Lesson learned, sign a non-disclosure or
Yep.
whatever. So you can't, no compete.
No compete clause. That's right.
But everywhere we go, there's a hash company that starts up right as soon as we leave that does the exact same thing, and it's like, oh, it's kind of flattering, kind of not.
So, what do you guys think about? Does it matter to win these competitions?
It does and it doesn't.
Okay.
Like as a company, like we won the Cannabis Cup in 2012, but Dan won it. Like it's at Dan's house. He doesn't ever let it go out. It was me, Dan, Ryan, and I don't know if Phil was around. No, it wasn't Phil yet. It was just me, Dan, and Ryan at that time. Like Madison and Tom were still kind of there sometimes too, but I don't know. That was whatever. But regardless, we made that hash. So, like, we won the Cannabis Cup. So it's cool. I get to tell people, yeah, I won a Cannabis Cup. But I never will get to show them. I get to show them pictures. So, but
Does
for
it-
companies, it used to matter.
Does
Now
it still matter for a
everybody's won.
company to?
It definitely helps sales.
You think so?
Well, when you
It's
see
like,
the ads
you're
in the
saying
Westward.
these buds, and I'm like, I want to go try those.
Right.
Do you?
But
Are you
do they
gonna-
ever
yeah.
have buds that quality? Like, that's been my experience. You go to the ones in the newspaper, like, we got 3 Cannabis Cups, and you go there, and you're like, do you have any good weed? And they're like, no. I mean, that's not how it goes down, but you know what I mean?
It's like $50 an eighth types.
Right. If they still have any of their Cannabis Cup winning entry strain, or even if it's months later, it's a totally different crop.
Well, sure. I mean, that's the other thing is most of these places, if they're serious about the competition, they are growing that for the competition.
Right.
They are babying that plant and loving it and kissing it and giving it extra everything.
Right. But that would also be something that they would have on their shelves on a fairly regular basis, unless they're changing strains out all the time. I don't think it's fair that a dispensary can go in like, excuse me, and have 101 crappy weed strains that you sell daily, and then have this amazing strain that you don't have available that you won the Cannabis Cup with that just, do you guys have that? No, that was specially grown for this. I think that's kind of bullshit.
Sure. What about the edibles companies and stuff? Do you think that, excuse me, they do well when they win something?
That one's tougher because I don't know. I mean, you don't consume, so you probably don't eat edibles. But it's hard to judge these contests. You know, like last year, remember how excited I was because I got to judge the indica flowers, and unless you have a full day to really work with each strain, you know, edibles are worse because I can smoke a couple of hits and it's like, oh, I'm good right away, and it's good, and then you start to feel more effects, you know, but it's pretty rapid.
Sure.
Eating, like we could eat a medicated cookie right now and won't feel it for another hour and a half, likely.
Right.
So to judge those, I picture that to be hard because Bobby asked me last year. He's like, "Well, you can judge the edibles or indica flowers," and I said, "Definitely not edibles, because how do you judge the potency of an edible if you're trying to judge multiples?"
Right.
Because you're like, okay, I've got this cookie, this brownie, this cupcake. I've got these weird granola squares and some of this Chex Mix here, and I've got to try them all by Friday, and it's Wednesday.
There's no way. There's no way.
So then you're just testing for flavor. Like, A, does this food taste good? And B, can I taste marijuana?
Right.
So unless it's being tested,
Right.
you could just be a dick and not put any marijuana in there and say, I'm so good I can hide the fucking flavor.
Right.
And there's 10 milligrams in there, which you'll never feel. But if they test it and they're like, no, there's nothing in here, you're fucking dumb. Well, then you're going to look like a clown.
Right.
But otherwise,
That's
edibles
a good idea. I wonder if they do that.
They're just too hard
Yeah.
to legitimately test. You know, you can eat it now and
Yeah, it takes, like, I would say, agree, it would take a long period. Like, at least, say you had 5 edibles, you would need at least 4 days to do them.
Right.
At least.
Because you can't double up on the edibles and be like, oh, this one's better than that one.
Right.
No, you don't know. You're a zombie now.
That's right.
So it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So,
That's
so
right.
right, how can you test them unless you have at least a day for each?
What would you test if you were given the opportunity, Ronell?
I would do the flowers because I'm good at it. Or if I did the dabs, I'm not so good at it. I couldn't tell you what's good or bad because I think it's all super fantastic to me. And then we're with the edibles. I don't think I get the results from the edibles of people who don't smoke regularly. I
Yeah.
smoke regularly, so when I do an edible, it's like, all right, so let's smoke. That just cured the munchies. So for me, I would prefer to do the flowers. I think it would make it's a little easier for me to test
Sure.
the flowers and critique them. Than it would
It's
be
hard. Like,
else.
I've tested hash, you know, doing the secret cups and all that. That's hard. I mean, it's,
yeah.
it's an awesome hard.
Right,
You
right.
know, it's not
Again,
like,
Colorado problems.
this is hard, I don't want to do it. No, it's just hard because, especially when for the secret cup, you get it and you have less than a week. And when I did it in 2013, there were 38 samples, 39 maybe. So
Wow.
to try to test even just one dab from each of the 38 or so containers in 3 to 4 or 5 days,
Right.
it's hard to get an accurate. Like, how do I know that the fourth one I tried?
Right.
And so it's dumb. You go to I went to the event, picked up my judge's kit, and you get to hang out all day and you sit down and dab. And you watch people just dab it, they fill it out, they dab the next one, they fill it out. And it's like, are you even reading the questions?
Right.
Like, yes, I can get the smell one, I can get the taste one. Does it burn clear or does it burn good? Yeah, okay. But the effect, fuck, man, give it at least 2 hours.
Right.
You know, but you don't. You've got to judge 40 fucking entries in 4 days, so that gives you at least 10 a day. That means that you got to take at least 10 dabs a day. And
That's crazy.
and so if you're
And
up,
that's a bit excessive,
right, because think, if you get a solid 8 hours sleep, you're up for 16 hours, you got to take at least 10 dabs. If you take even just one an hour, that's 6 hours of the day where you're not going to be dabbing and 10 hours where you're going to take at least one. Now that sounds easy, but after so many, it starts to get to where, like,
After 4, how do you get home from Mars?
let's,
You know,
but if you dab all the time, you know, like, we can dab, like, take 10 dabs before we go, and the first half an hour is a little rough, but after that, it's like, oh, I smell again. But, you know, that's just it.
Sure.
But how do you know what effect you're feeling? Like, after you've dabbed your third or fourth different one, you know, like your first one was Star Dog, and your second one's Chem Dog, and the third one's fucking Island Sweet Skunk, and the fourth one's Grape Ape crossed with Sour Stomper. How do you know which one of those is
Made
making
you
you
feel
feel
what?
all like I feel great and all my pain's gone? It must have been the last one I dabbed because the first 3 just went away. No,
Right, that's right.
not how that works.
yeah, that's
so
not
it's
how that works.
it's hard to be a true effective judge. You need
And then my question is about, like, when you're doing it, how does the variant that's in your life dictate what your the quality of the weed. Say you're stressed out, you hit some
Exactly.
bomb bud that get like, oh snap, I'm not stressed out. That weed's a little better than you just being on the regular thing, hitting it, and just
Right.
like, hey, it's getting.
But what if
high.
the next person smoked that same weed and that sent them into that stress out, like it made them all
maybe,
paranoid?
or maybe you hadn't eaten or
Right,
something, you know
or
what I'm saying?
you're
Or-
dehydrated, or any
So I
number
mean,
of
there's a
things.
variant that could something outside of your life that could be dictating how well this weed's working. So
Right.
judging it, it's it kind of depends on the mood too. I might just be in the mood for saying this weed's good. It sucks. It's still pretty good.
It's not like wine tasting where you go in and there's a certain criteria to follow. You know, I mean,
When
certain
wine tasting, you
aspects.
take a sip or two.
I'm
you know?
definitely
Right,
not
and usually
spitting
don't
my weed
swallow
out.
it, right? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just.
Right.
I did not inhale. Well, actually, I mean,
inhale.
minus the effects, that would be the best way to
Right.
answer the first 4 questions on the judging thing for everyone is
Right.
to just not inhale. You get everything. You get to see the burn. Does it burn clear? Does it taste good? Does it smell good? You know, all that neat stuff. In appearance, you could judge all that without ever inhaling. But
Right.
that last one is so crucial
Sure.
for any of it. For flower, I mean, fuck, there were 40 some odd samples for flower indica last year for High Times. You know, but we also had like 3 or 4 weeks or something like that to judge them, so that was much easier.
Sure.
Because you could break it down to almost one a day. So that was nice. So that was way easier to judge that, because then it was like, oh, I wake up and I got number 13 today. Sweet. And so that made it nice. Of course, we did have to double them up some days. Some days we just got antsy and smoked one of everyone, but, you know, whatever.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this, and then we're going to talk about some legislative things that are going on in Colorado right now. We'll be right back. Oh, no, we're not leaving.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
The Law Office of Edson Maton and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson Maton and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
Dispensary owners and growers. In today's world, it helps to be insured. So call Cufflow, Collimer & Company, where we provide medical marijuana insurance for dispensaries and growers. Are you looking for insurance that protects you against property theft? Then give Cufflow, Collimer & Company a call, where we include product liability and professional liability, as well as crop insurance for growers. Remember, find us at mmdispensaryinsurance.com or give us a call at 877-335-1234.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
And we're back.
Hi, we're back.
So during break, we were learning about something called a Velela, which, if you live out on the West Coast and
you
the
put this
Central
up there?
California and north up through Oregon and Washington, you are probably, and maybe Canada, I think somebody said, you're familiar with these crazy little blue, clear jellyfish-like creatures.
That's an animal?
They're like a jellyfish type of
Okay.
excuse me,
Or something?
type of a deal, and they've been just appearing.
And they're dying? They're dying in mass? Is that...
See, this is them right here. A Velela is a cosmopolitan genus of free-floating whatever the fuck, dude, reading all this. I'm not even going to try right now.
Don't smoke and try to read science.
Right. It's hard to science when you've...
That's my favorite.
I like to learn about it. It's just hard to read it.
I get my Copernicus on when I'm smoking my pot. Shit.
I haven't had my Copernicus on in a little bit.
Copernicus?
In a little bit.
Dude,
That's staring at the
then
stars.
you need a Copernicus.
I do.
A Copernicus.
Aw, thank you. That was well done.
But let's see if we can find a good little article about them. It was really strange. So we got to our beach on 420. Like I said, that was the whole mission of this.
Yes.
Of going out there is to find a really neat beach where we could just be alone and sit in the sand, or if we were far enough south, sit in the water. But it was cold. But every beach that we went to. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We were hoping to find one where we didn't have to be.
Yeah.
But it was just not warm enough.
Oh,
if you went inland, 20 degrees warmer. You go
inside.
You go far enough inland.
It was the breeze that was
like it was in the mid 80s in Vegas. It was only 60, 65 out on the coast.
Sure.
So,
well, where were you guys?
Everywhere from Oakland down to Santa Barbara.
Nice. Okay.
So, but we
I
just
camped on the beach in Santa Barbara when I lived there.
That would be so cool.
It was really fun.
We found a beach called Jomala. Jomala?
Yeah, I just drove down the PCH.
Jalama.
Halama.
Halama. See, I'm white, so I add the j sound. But I don't say marijuana either, so I got to learn when you're supposed to.
I know a girl named Marijuana.
Pronounce the J.
For real, it's her name. For real.
In Spanish, you always do.
Well, but see, I didn't know that it was Spanish.
Okay, so what are we going to say about this beach?
That it was a camping beach, but they added a pay station, so it's a state park or something now. But it's a state beach or something. But they had a bunch of like bonfire areas. I've always wanted to have a bonfire on the beach. We went to this beach not knowing you had to pay. We weren't really prepared for it, so the guy just let us go in for 20 minutes for free. He's like, I give you 20 minutes for free, or it's $10 the whole day. It's like, dude, we only want to be here an hour. It's like 20 minutes. Take it. Parked, ran right through the sand, sat right on the water. It was wonderful,
Nice.
but it would be neat to camp. I've always wanted to camp on the beach.
It's awesome.
So, but that was neat to see that. But these were all over everything. I mean, there were just millions over the beach. It was.
Wow.
It looked like
How big are
every
they?
beach was littered.
Oh, they're little.
Like the size of a
Okay.
leaf.
Okay.
They looked like clear leaves. We picked a couple up because they looked like. We found one. She found it, and it had what looked like a half a jellyfish still in it because it had like some slime tentacles. So we thought, oh, okay, maybe they're like baby jellyfish sacks, and they just
Baby jelly.
all that shit just washed up. Like they all bursted right by, and all that stuff washed up, and there's a ton of jellyfish, but there were no jellyfish in the water, and just the beach is lined with these things.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pick them up, and they were kind of hard. It felt like plastic.
Wow. Okay.
And like rubbery plastic.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was real firm, leaf-like. I don't know, strange, but they're actually upside down when they're on the water. Those are sails, so they swim upside down,
cool.
and their little tentacles dangle from that, and they eat. But the wind just blows them around, so they're just
Interesting.
blown around wherever the wind takes them.
Interesting. All right. Anything else you wanted to talk about with regards to the cups and judging and stuff like that?
No, just that I wish I could find the results for the Secret Cup. But
Yeah, maybe next week we'll bring.
yeah, see if I can find
I mean, that part's apparently a secret.
I think
Right.
the competition should be a year-long competition.
Tell me more about that.
Not like a 3-day competition.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you said, it's just no way. Like they should put in like sales, like how many people buy the bud in it too, like over the over
Wouldn't that be interesting?
a larger period of time,
Right.
not just here goes all the weed, 72 hours. Tell me what you think.
Right.
The it should open like in January, and then go all the way till 420, and then over time the judges. I mean, it would suck for the people who aren't here in Colorado because they only got X amount of days to do
But
it.
still, go to the store, buy what they have on the shelf, as opposed to that grow something special that never makes it to the shelf that you just enter in the cup.
Well, it's more of just a personal competition. If these were being utilized for their true benefit, it would be things like that. If it was
Right.
truly about each business, let's focus on each competitor. So you're competing from, whatever dispensary you work at, and like you said, they've got 4 months to go in and try different samples from each place.
Yep.
Something like that. Now, of course, this is how new competitions are born. People sitting around coming up with crazy
Good
ideas.
Complaining
ideas.
about old competitions.
Right. And it's like, well, we can do it better. Let's do it like this. And that's why there's so many damn competitions out there, because we all think we can do it better than the last one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, where I have to agree with you on the part where you just oversaturated with bud for 3 days, that you can't give the weed a good.
But
like,
the Cannabis Cup did it right, because they gave it 3 or 4 weeks early. So you had
Okay, so
enough
you
time.
had
But
the
Secret Cup-
list. You had
right,
to
the
list
Secret
it.
Cup. Well, but no, you don't get any. You just get numbers. You don't get any. You don't
Yeah,
even
that's
know
what
what
I
it
meant.
is. None of
Yeah.
that shit. You just
But
get a
didn't you had
box of
something
bud.
from
It
the
was so cool.
hemp connoisseur competition too, didn't you? And that had to go pretty fast. You did. I know you did. Just
Yeah,
say.
but those were only like I don't know how they advertise for their thing because theirs is real quiet. The only thing I ever see them advertise for ever is the award ceremony
in the magazine.
And so because they don't like theirs is a true secret.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the fucking industry and we don't even know. I don't even know how the hell you enter that contest. So whatever. But there were 3 solventless entries for solventless hash and 7 shatter and butter entries.
Good. That's
so there were
good.
only like 10. So that one
That's
was
good.
much easier. And I
Yeah.
had, how long did I have? Like a week or 2? I mean, it was a reasonable amount of time to be able to just concentrate on one each day.
Get it? Concentrate on one each day. Get it?
Unintended.
You're so punny.
That worked out really well. Nice.
Yeah. So.
But this year, speaking of competitions, could change. Like this, we could be all bitching, all these fucking competitions, all this excess, blah, 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 blah. Next year, we may be missing that shit.
Oh, people love it. People love to go to the Cannabis Cup, especially.
No, I mean with just the way that everything's changing, like with the new politics.
I know. Watch what you ask for.
I wish I knew what all the rules were going down that were today. So hopefully by next Monday, we'll have gathered up all the amendments that have.
Well, what we do know is that what passed today in the Senate and the House is that
It was SB 015-014, I believe, was one of the things that went.
The now people who are on probation will be able to use their medical marijuana and will not get in trouble if they test positive if they're using it medically.
So I want to definitely learn more about that because, I know somebody in particular that got in trouble in Montana for marijuana and went to court, and the judge. Montana, if you're not familiar with Montana, rest of the country, Montana is a very beautiful state, but they don't like people and they don't like drugs. So don't bring either there. Okay?
No people, no drugs.
No people, no drugs. Stay out of Montana. But the land is gorgeous. Anyways, the judge said, yes, you can smoke marijuana on probation as long as you have a medical card for it. And you can move back to Colorado, you're fine, whatever. Moved back to Colorado, and they said, "Go fuck yourself." Like Colorado law, no, you cannot smoke. It's like, fuck you.
Right.
So, I want to really, really, really learn more about this particular one because people have fucking rights.
That's right. That's right. Well, I think it would be different if it were considered an actual pharmaceutical as opposed to a natural medicine. And there are just kind of rights attached to being able to use your oxycodone on probation. And so, now maybe we're seeing kind of that movement into we're going to treat this more and more like an actual medicine, like we would treat something that was made in a factory, prescribed by a doctor.
Well, I just was reading that the court in Sacramento that was looking into rescheduling marijuana decided not to reschedule it and kept it, but the dissent of the judge was he's like some court will, but this court won't, and just this isn't the right time. And
Wrong answer.
That just came down. Actually, I think this morning because I was reading it today, so I think the thing happened this morning. But that's a crappy blow.
3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
So it's SB 15-014. Sorry.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
That's the probation. Another issue up in front of
I
our
think this is
legislature.
the caregivers one.
Okay, so let's talk about that one. Go ahead.
Let's see.
This would limit the caregiver's ability to grow no more than 99 plants, period. Correct?
This says, bill summary says, Marijuana Revenue Interim Committee. The bill requires the Colorado Medical Board to adopt rules regarding guidelines for physicians who make medical marijuana recommendations for patients suffering from severe pain. The bill requires the state health agency to adopt rules regarding guidelines for primary caregivers to give informed consent to patients that the products they cultivate or produce may contain contaminants and that the THC levels are not verified. So apparently you have to tell your client, your person that you're caregiving for, that this product has not been checked for efficacy and blah, 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 blah.
Which is required in licensed
edibles,
businesses to do
right.
that as well.
The bill requires all primary caregivers to register with the state health agency and the state medical marijuana licensing authority. Any primary caregiver who is not registered shall register within 10 days of being informed of the duty to register. If a person fails to register after such 10 days, the state health agency and the licensing authority shall prohibit the person from ever registering and acting as a primary caregiver. The bill requires the licensing authority and the state health agency to share the minimum amount of information necessary to ensure that a medical marijuana patient has only one caregiver and is not using a primary caregiver and a medical marijuana center. Are you fucking kidding? So I can't have a private caregiver and go to a fucking med store?
You can go to a med store. You can't list them as your primary center.
But you could never do that to begin with.
Sure, you could. I mean, there was no really listing. I mean, for a while you could list your primary caregiver on your card, but now you can't do that, and so people would have caregivers and have primary centers. But you can't. You can shop wherever you want. But if you're going to have somebody grow your plants, you can't have both.
Well, that makes sense.
Sure.
And then the last sentence here says, the bill permits monies in the marijuana tax funds to be used to fund the implementation of any bills approved by the Marijuana Revenues Interim Committee. So that sounds like that they can use the money generated by marijuana to fight us.
Well, I mean,
To be used to fund the implementation of any bills approved. So to implement your rules, that might mean you have to stack extra police officers, extra this, extra that.
That's not what they're talking about.
I hope not.
No, they're not talking about law enforcement. They're talking about what it might cost if they have to get more staff to implement all the caregivers registering.
Well, I hope, because they can leave those purposely vague like this so they can have those $17,000 toilet seats and all that stupid shit.
That's right.
Of course, with inflation, it's probably $50,000 now, but
big toilet seat.
But regardless, so that was one of the things that did not cover the probation, as far as I know. But
that's separate. The probation's separate. The other thing that was up in front of our lawmakers today was
the amendments. There were those 3 amendments, and so they're
not amendments.
These ones aren't. Mm-mm. That's how they were listed in the conversation I was reading them.
So another issue that they were debating is whether or not they would allow students to bring their medical marijuana to school, like they can bring their Ritalin to school, for example.
So that wouldn't be an amendment to the constitutional rule of it all?
I think amendments have to be voted on.
Yeah, it's
voted on by the people.
I doubt it.
Yeah, this one is
probably.
Yeah, they do.
Because what are there 65 amendments?
Right.
This is a bill.
There's 65 amendments in our state's constitution, right? Yeah.
So, yeah, next week we'll have a whole bunch of information and all the things that finished as next week is the last week of our legislative session this year. They got to hurry their asses.
They still are in office the rest of the year, but it's weird how the whole thing works.
How long is a legislative session? Like 6 weeks?
From beginning of January through mid-May.
Oh, okay.
So
and then they don't work for 6 months?
Pretty much.
So they just fundraise for 6 months?
Pretty much. And they listen to their constituents. They answer emails.
Yeah, it's just a really weird process.
When can I get a hold of them?
Right.
Never.
Right.
Take a number.
Punk motherfuckers.
Exactly. Politics, it sucks so much.
That was frustration. I'm sorry.
So next week we'll bring some resolution to these bills and let you know what's going on.
Right, because that's the joyful part of every year. It's like we celebrate New Year's Eve, celebrating everything that we've accomplished over the year, and we wake up New Year's Day terrified of what's coming at us, because it's never like, oh, we won. It felt like that after we legalized in 2013, but
it did feel like that.
But then reality started setting in.
It did feel like that, I think.
So,
well, thank you so much. Any other quick stories you want to tell about your exciting vacation?
Las Vegas is a very strange place.
Yes.
You had never been?
Well, not since I was 19.
Oh, so you've never been.
Right,
so
exactly.
Basically never been. I mean, I've seen it in different lights, though, so that's what's weird. Like, when I was a kid, we'd go with my parents to California, and we'd always stop in Vegas because that's kind of a decent halfway point. And they would turn us, something else that doesn't ever happen, I'm sure. They would turn us loose in Circus Circus, me and my little brother, and then they would go down in the casino and they'd gamble and whatever. I don't know if any parents do that nowadays.
No, they still do that.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure they still do.
I don't do that.
But right.
They don't do it as much.
It's probably not as common. Plus, your kids have cell phones, pagers, leashes.
That don't work in Circus and pump them up on oxygen so they can eat candy and spend money on video games and blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
I do remember that those video games ripped me off faster than my parents lost money in the casino. So I don't know if that's changed or not. But regardless, that is a very weird place. We just went and walked around for 3 or 4 hours one night, and holy fuck balls, that is a different environment altogether. Flying there, totally different ball game. You get on an airplane, any other place, anywhere in the country, you got to be quiet, respectful. You might have that loud kid, whatever. If you're going to Vegas, it's like you see on TV. You can throw streamers and toilet paper and punch a puppy and open the window and smoke a joint. No, you can't do a couple of those things. But it's still it's amazing.
Yep.
Like that was an entirely different experience. For somebody that's not done it, it was different.
Very fun. I like to go for the food in the pool, so that's about it for me.
You cannot
You
bring
go for the food in the pool?
I get it, though. I totally get. That's all we wanted to find was a midnight buffet, but
fun food.
Did not find that.
Great restaurants, big pools,
and there is so much cool shit to do there. Like gambling, whatever. Gambling's for people with addictions.
I think it's fun.
Well, lightly. But there's so much to do in Vegas. I mean, just so much to see. I mean, just the buildings themselves are so beyond amazing.
And the prostitutes, magnifique.
I love the prostitutes too.
That's one thing we didn't see.
No, yeah, you did.
We didn't see them noticeably. It wasn't like when you watch the movie Casino.
That was your first time.
You see like genuine hookers.
That was your first time in Vegas. You saw a bunch of hookers,
but I just didn't know what they looked like.
You just
they make more money than any one of us, all of us put together.
You just didn't know they were hookers. That's all that was. Somebody was like, "Hi, how you doing?" You was like, "Hi." She seemed nice. Hooker. That's what that was.
Right. I don't think any girls said hi. It was definitely fucking weird. I mean, it was 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and it could have been 3 in the afternoon.
And you would have seen the same amount of hookers at 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon.
Probably same amount of drunk people, the same amount of lights. It was just not. It feels like a shitty place to be during the daytime. Like we drove back through there, going to the airport during the daytime. I would only be at the pool. Like the daytime is for shopping, eating, and swimming. Like nighttime is for partying.
Gambling and drinking is for the daytime. The nighttime is for
gambling.
Mainly drinking, because you probably lost all your money to gambling.
Gambling's best between 1 and 6 a.m.
Really?
I doubt it.
Well, because it's not. Because
no one's
crazy.
there. Yeah.
I mean, I gamble in the morning when I go. I prefer because the boss pit and pit boss and everything. He's all cool and everything. We're in the middle of the day. He's like, "Give me the damn dice." I'm like, calm down, man. Jeez.
Shit, I only gambled with $40, and none of it was in Vegas. It was all in that. What is it, Prim? Yeah, on the border of State Line.
That's awesome. That's fun.
And I won.
Yay!
Not much, but I
don't do that shit.
Landed on green.
The only machine that I win when I'm in Vegas is the fucking ATM.
Dude, that machine paid out like a champ, but it cost more. I got out $40. Cost me $4 fucking.
That's why you just get the whole 100. No, it's not 10%. It's $4.
It's $4 no matter
what. So you just max out whatever the highest number is. You take it so you can appreciate the $4 you pay. Because that sucks.
At least I won. I left the casino with $68.
The strip clubs in Vegas charge like $13 to get your money out.
How do you know?
Long story.
Yeah.
And
it's not a long story. I would have said I walked in there and I saw boobies and I wanted to stick dollars in their panties and I had to go to the machine that pays out every time and I learned the hard way.
Yeah. And it's cool though because it's like with the ATM, I already know the winning numbers. Cash me out, homie.
Yeah, I got that. I know those winning numbers too.
That out.
I got those. I'm real good with those, and we can still get a
funny,
pizza.
It's the same 4 numbers every single time, and I always win.
Dude,
yeah.
When you got the winning combination, you fucking go with it.
Yeah, but when you stop winning, you should probably go home.
Right.
And that's where I even said that rule too. I said, if I ever get on a winning streak, when you start to lose, you quit. But I didn't specify this time anything except I said, okay, the first time I lose after this winning streak, we're done. First time I lost, I said, boom, grab my chips, left. left happy.
Yep, exactly.
And I was fucking stoked, but I hit green
That's
on the
crazy.
roulette table.
I know, that's so crazy. I can't believe that happened.
That was nuts. So, but I only bet $4. So when my $68 winnings,
I was about to say, what is
felt
that, like,
so good.
times, what, 32? No.
But I did it
You did
right
the
in
quad?
between. So no, because you just got 0 and double 0, and I split it. So whatever the odds were, it was just half. I think it landed on single 0.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just saw green, and I fucking turned around, started jumping around. Everyone turned around from their machines, like, what the fuck? Because like, fuck yeah! Oh my god!
$70.
Who gives a shit? None of these people are going to see me again, and I
Ever.
fucking won. Fuck
Right.
them. That was my moment.
That's right.
So I enjoyed that. So if you get a chance to go to Vegas, try to win because it feels cool.
Yeah.
Take money. Take money.
And bring
don't-
money home.
And don't take a drug habit or a sex addiction because you'll walk out with a lot of drugs and you would have paid for a lot of sex.
Yeah.
Right. Unless that's what you go to Vegas for. And then kudos to you. You're picking a winning combination.
That's right.
That's dumb.
But
All
that's
right.
just it. It's weird to be a grown up and go to that place.
Right.
Because you can do anything there from what it appeared. I don't know. We were only there for a couple hours. I'm glad because that's fucked.
It's a lot.
That
It's
place
weird
is a
to
lot
be an
handle.
adult and take a kid there and try to be an adult. That's weird.
I can
Yeah,
only
I'm not
imagine
bringing my
because
kid
I
up.
remember being a kid with the adult there. So like,
And your dad's all conservative. He's like, come on, baby, watch the kids.
I don't know. This is back in the early 80s, so I don't think they just like go down here or here's $20, go upstairs, play in the arcade, see you guys later.
Yeah, but
That's
I mean,
how I remember
it was still popping though. It was still popping.
Oh, it was slamming. I remember I remember you used to be able to walk across the street.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that anymore. You have like we were talking earlier. You got to walk a half an hour catwalk just to get to the other side of the street.
Yeah.
You're like,
Are you
"Fuck,
going to
I was trying to go
Vegas
from
with
there."
everybody in 2 weeks?
No, this week?
Oh, is it this weekend?
Absolutely not.
I thought it was next week. Okay.
No, the Kentucky Derby, Cinco de Mayo, Mayweather Pacquiao fight is going to make Saturday probably the craziest fucking day. So be prepared. Fuck 420. May 2nd is about to be the craziest shit.
5-2.
There's going to be 120 people, 120,000 people downtown.
This
plus
downtown Denver.
Downtown DENVER.
Holy shit!
This
So
weekend.
Stay home is what I just heard you say. Okay, I will.
I mean,
Thank you.
if all those people want to give me $2, I'll be down there.
That's right.
No kidding.
All right. This is our last April.
Awesome April.
Awesome
Amazing
April. And we're going to have Mantastic May.
Marvelous May. Mantastic. All right.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
All right. Did he just poop? Did you just